Okay, so welcome back to the Northern Nerd Cast. This is episode number 18, and this is a show about all the nerdy stuff that we like to talk about. Just you guys get to sit there and listen to us. That's about as amazing as it gets. Really, truly is. On tonight's show, we have, of course, two of the most returning guests on the show because, well, they're hosts. And so that's what they get to do. They of course. Tonight we have Trina.
Hi.
Who is my wife.
And wearing an awesome new Star Wars shirt.
And she's very happy about her shirt.
It's women's shirt. Female cutness.
To fit boobs.
It's not a big baggy man shirt.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
So if you're, we don't have any audio versions of this yet because we just don't have audio versions. So if you're watching this, which you probably are right now, yeah, you can see Trina's awesome shirt.
BB-8.
Also, on today's show, we have a very dark and mysterious character there. None other than Chelsea Thompson.
With really poor lighting.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing this in my room with only the one overhead light because I have no lamp.
The big budget of the Northern Nerd cannot afford proper lighting for Chelsea.
If you'd like to donate Chelsea a lamp, and
Yes.
you live in the Vancouver area.
Yeah, we need some lighting for Chelsea. So we're gonna start a campaign for you, Chelsea. Get you proper
Right
lighting.
on.
lighting.
Get Chelsea lighting.
One bulb at a time.
Yeah, one bulb at a time. All right. Well, tonight's episode is going to be focused on TV.
My favorite thing.
Yeah, it's Trina's definitely favorite thing in the whole world.
Not the whole world. I have children.
Yeah, sure. Anyways, yeah, we love TV in our house. So, fall TV is upon us, and there's some good shows that are still coming out that we're very excited about. And there's some great shows that we've already seen and watched. And so we'll talk about that a little bit later. But first, we have our news items. And Chelsea, what do we have on our list today?
Well, our first few news items are actually some pretty cool science discoveries, inventions, etc. So it's pretty sweet. First up, we have what's being dubbed as edible water. So plastic pollution is becoming a huge problem, particularly plastic water bottles.
Yeah.
So in an effort to combat single-use plastic water bottle waste, this company, OOHO, from Skipping Rocks Labs in London, has developed what they call edible water. So it's little bubbles, pods, globules of water encased in like this gel made of algae that you can eat. So you can break a little hole in it and suck the water out, or you can swallow the whole thing. Yeah, so it looks pretty cool. No plastic water bottle waste.
Okay, my question though is, I'm not going to put one of those in my pocket because it's going to be linty. So I'm going to put it in a plastic bag anyway. So that kind of defeats the purpose. Like, if I want to take that with me, I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag or something. Because otherwise it's going to get stuff all over it. Like, it's like taking a sucker without a wrapper.
I don't know. I don't know if the outside's sticky or not.
Still, though, even if it's not, I mean, I wouldn't put like a hard candy.
You could just wash it off with the other blob.
So you take two blobs. One blob to wash the other blob.
That's right. I just want to know how many blobs a day our doctor is going to recommend that we drink each day.
How big you make the blob. It doesn't, from this article, it doesn't seem that they want you to buy it. They want you to make it yourself in your kitchen using their recipe.
Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of fun, open sourcing it. Yep.
Yeah, except, yeah, I'm still on the. I just don't think it's gonna fly. I don't think
It's still pretty
gonna
cool.
Get rid of plastic.
Oh,
Well, no, not all together, but plastic water bottles specifically.
Yes, but then
but if you're just
Ziploc
gonna
bags are
like,
gonna increase.
okay, here's the thing. Like, yes, I can understand your whole point about it being linty or whatever. But all
Dirty.
you're
You gotta.
gonna
it
do
clean.
is you're gonna poke a hole in it.
No, it
And
says
then-
you can eat it.
I know, but you're not gonna eat that one. You're not gonna eat the one that's out of your pocket. Let's just go with the fact.
If it happened to get linty, that's the
Yeah.
one you poke a hole or bite a hole
in it, you
just
drink it.
suck the water out of
Yeah.
and throw the algae
You squirt
away.
it into your mouth. It's gonna be fine.
I'm not kidding about that.
The other thing is, if you don't actually bite into it at all, and you just swallow the thing whole, is it gonna make it all the way through the?
It's actually
Is
gonna
it-
absorb.
Is it gonna make the trip? That's what I want to know.
Yes, in the article they describe it as a similar sensation to swallowing an oyster. So when you like down an oyster,
Yeah.
that's about the size and shape and
It's gonna be
consistency.
like pop.
I'm wondering. Yeah, I'm wondering.
No, it's gotta be like those balls that you get at frozen yogurt, because that's algae.
Yeah.
No, it's seaweed. Similar idea.
Whatever.
But-
Seaweed, algae, same thing.
No, I'm still on the. I don't think it's gonna fly. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm not buying it.
You're not.
I'll stick with my plastic water bottles thing.
I think it's a good first attempt, and their hearts are in the right places.
Yes.
And it just looks really cool. Let's be honest.
I mean, really. You know what else looks really cool? Glowing sea turtles.
Nice one. You get 10 points for that segue, Dan.
Thank you.
Can you put it up on the screen?
So,
Yes,
yeah.
actually, I can.
This has been floating around. It first popped up actually on my Facebook feed a little while ago. But marine biologists, accidentally, they weren't even looking for it, came across the first known bioluminescent sea turtle. So it's actually a species of sea turtle called the hawksbill sea turtle that is listed as critically endangered. But these marine biologists were diving and looking for other things, and had some UV blue lights with them, and happened upon this turtle and noticed that when they shone the UV blue light on this turtle shell, it bioluminesced back red and orange and green, which is really cool. And right now what they're trying to do is figure out why
Why does that?
Yeah. What would the benefit be for doing it?
Well, bioluminescence is usually either a defense mechanism or of like an offensive
Thing.
mechanism. So either to attract prey or to distract or defend against predators. And so I guess initial hypothesis is that these sea turtles usually exist amongst other fish in coral reefs that have bioluminescence. And so the thought is that it developed to help them blend in at nighttime so that they wouldn't stand out as the non-bioluminescing thing in the reef, to be a target for predators at nighttime.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty interesting. The other thing would be that I mean, generally, if something glows, usually means it's kind of poisonous.
Yeah,
so
don't eat it.
So don't eat it. That might be also a thing that throws predators off as well. But a glowing turtle is pretty awesome. Anyway, it just goes to show you how much of our underwater we still haven't explored, and what we still don't know about what lives in our oceans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't even know what lives on our own planet, and we're still trying to figure out if there's life on other planets.
Yeah, still discovering new species and new evolutions.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you go to our Facebook page, all of the links for this evening's news items are up. And the link for this article from National Geographic includes a video of the sea turtle. And the pictures of how its shell luminesces are really cool. It looks like this underwater alien. It's amazing.
You should go down further.
Down further?
Yeah. Let's see if there's. No, wait.
Something else.
No, it's not. Oh, other animals that glow. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But you know what else is pretty cool? A robotic hand. That
was a stretch here.
Yeah, I gotta come up with better segues.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty cool, let's be honest. So our next news item is about the U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA.
Is that what that stands for?
Yeah. Is they do a lot of research and development in robotics, etc. And they've recently, I guess, invented a robotic arm, a prosthetic for people who have lost limbs, that gets wired directly into the wearer's brain, into their motor cortex and sensory cortex. So wiring it into the motor cortex allows the person to operate it like they would a flesh and blood arm. They think that sends impulses down the neurons to the sensors in the arm and operates the arm. The sensory cortex connection, which is the really cool part about this, acts as like a feedback loop. So when the individual wearing the arm picks something up or somebody touches the arm, it sends sensation back up the robot arm into the brain, so it registers, so the people wearing the arm can actually feel what they're touching or the hand being touched. So they did a test where the first person to wear the arm, they blindfolded them and were touching the fingers of the robot hand, and the person could tell what finger on the hand was being touched.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it just the hand itself, I mean, looks pretty awesome. It totally reminds me of Luke's hand.
Yeah.
Well, there are a couple articles that I've read in follow-up to this that liken it to Luke Skywalker's hand.
Well, okay, when he gets his hand, they poke him, right?
Yeah.
And he can feel it. This is it. Like, we're getting to Star Wars-esque
technology,
but the technology for their prosthetics. The prosthetics in the Star Wars universe are like amazing. You can barely tell that they're prosthetics, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And this is pretty awesome.
Do you know what else is pretty awesome?
What's pretty awesome?
We're not
too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some really cool science news to start off the evening. 3 cool science articles, because science, yes. But now on to something a little more childish than science, but
is it really childish?
But still amazing nonetheless, because Lego. Who doesn't love Lego? And they're at it again. Lego's at it again, being awesome. This time they have released pictures of the Doctor Who TARDIS Lego set. You too can be the very proud owner of your very own Lego police box TARDIS. It's pretty great. Yeah, there it is.
If you look at it, okay, so you can see the TARDIS here.
It's bigger on the inside.
Bigger on the inside, exactly. That's
complete with a few Daleks to run away from.
You can actually close it up, and then you can put this thing on the back and make it look like it's like bigger on the inside, which is amazing.
Yes, you've got a couple doctors. You've got the companion. You've got some Daleks.
Yeah. That's a pretty awesome looking set right there. Now again, I'm not a huge Doctor Who fan, but even this looks pretty awesome. And I believe, do they not have a Doctor Who set for the Dimensions?
I think so.
Let me double check that. Anyways, keep
Yeah.
talking, Chelsea.
The TARDIS, I think, is kind of where it's at.
So is it available now, or is there a release date attached to that? Do you know?
Let's find out.
Yes, there is a Doctor Who Lego Dimension set.
It's estimated to go on sale December 1st for $59.99. So you guessed it, folks, just in time for Christmas. You can buy your loved ones TARDIS Lego.
Yeah, this is okay. So they're hitting it out of the park with the new Lego Dimensions video game that they just came out with. All the new Star Wars Lego sets that they just released not too long ago are selling like crazy. Now Doctor Who and pretty much every big name that they can possibly think of. I mean, Back to the Future, they have Back to the Future sets. Like everything. All our childhood is in Lego and in Disney. Like it's insane.
Pretty much.
I love Lego. Lego, you
Well,
are awesome.
If it exists, chances are Lego's gonna try and figure out how they can build a Lego version of it.
They're building a Big Bang Theory version of like Lego version.
Yeah, pretty much the sky's the limit for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The Lego is just an amazing thing. And
Except when you
we
step on
have, yeah, except for when you step on it. But we like just in our house, we have so many different Lego sets. It just seems to be taking over.
You can turn around and there's Lego.
There's Lego
I love
on the
your
shelf
Lego
back there.
Millennium Falcon.
On the floor.
Yeah, Nehemiah wants the new one because it has different characters inside.
And today he pointed out that the guns actually shoot.
Oh, that is also a thing.
He's like, look,
Upgrade.
it actually does this. This part's
Upgrade.
different too.
Yeah, he notices the differences in between the different sets. Yeah, he's got it down. That boy's quick.
Boy's got attention to detail.
He does have attention to detail. But you know what else is very detailed? There's a continuous line. What? Fine.
You know what
Yeah,
else?
no, it's true. So, I mean,
It's not
of
cool.
other cool, nerdy things to
Yeah.
populate your house with, awesome
It's a
Lego
cute thing.
sets, always a good choice.
Yes.
But nerdy artwork is always lots of fun to hang on your walls. So recently there was an exhibit by a French artist who unveiled, in collaboration with the French Paper Art Club and Geek Art. So the French artist Bay created this set of 4 minimalist drawings based on Batman characters. And the fun thing about these is all of the drawings are created using a single continuous line. So the line starts, and it goes, and it creates the whole drawing. And if you follow along with your eyes, you can see where it starts and how it goes through and where it ends. A single continuous line creates the whole picture.
Like Etch-a-Sketch.
Really cool, yeah, like a awesome Etch-a-Sketch. So there's, in the series, there's Batman, Commissioner Gordon, Catwoman, and Robin.
Whoops.
So yeah, if you're looking for some pretty cool artwork to adorn your walls, these prints look pretty awesome.
Oh. The funniest thing about this whole thing is the Batman one is probably the worst one out of them. The
Well,
other ones seem to be a little bit more detailed. They
I was
kind
gonna
of
say
cross
probably
over each other.
the most simplistic
It
or
is
least
simplistic.
detailed, not necessarily the worst.
Oh.
Because I really like the classic silhouette overlooking the city in
Yeah.
terms of like an homage to the character. I think it's really great. But in terms of the detail of the moves that the line goes through, probably the least amount of drawing involved in the classic Batman silhouette.
It's pretty awesome stuff, though. I mean, we have tons of artwork in our house already from various conventions. I also have to, probably I should plug every so often. Dave Eklund is a friend of mine, and he keeps giving me these amazing prints.
Didn't you show it last time?
I don't know if I showed you. Did I show you guys last time? Anyways,
I don't know if we showed everybody. I know you showed me.
Yeah, he draws these amazing art pieces of artwork.
No, you can't talk.
Yeah,
Where's the other one?
it is some of my favorite stuff. He does he did an Iron Man mask, if you can see it in the corner, and this one here, which I still need to get into a frame, with all the baby Star Wars characters on it, and that is done by Onfin, and they're at pretty much all our major conventions in our area. I believe he even goes to Vancouver for their big one, and so yeah, check him out. You will see his awesome stuff, I'm sure. Look for the baby stuff. Anyways, what else?
That's our news roundup for the evening.
That is. That's it. Wow.
Now we're on to the meat of the show.
Now it comes the fun stuff. So tonight we are talking about. That's right, TV. I had said this earlier, but I'm going to reiterate to everybody who is maybe just tuning in or didn't listen to the first half.
Fall
we are
TV.
talking about TV, and I'm not just saying like just geeky TV. I mean, really, all TV is pretty nerdy right now. It is tons of nerdy TV out there. But
The Food Network? Would you
Whatever.
call it Food Network? I guess you're
food nerds. Food nerds love the Food Network. But no, we're going to talk about some of the shows that we're
That we
most excited about, and some of the stuff that we've seen. We're just gonna do this sort of one at a time. We're gonna start with some of the shows that we've seen so far. So these are shows that we've watched, and what we're kind of excited about those shows.
Okay, let us state now. Spoiler alert. We will be talking about what we have seen already. So if you aren't caught up and you need to go watch some shows that you've PVR'd, pause our show and go do that now, and then come back. We'll give you this.
No. That's fine. Just don't go
Don't
into.
blame us. Don't get mad.
Don't go into too many spoilers. That's all.
Well, why
We'll just
not?
talk about the show themselves and how we feel about them. It should be fine. Anyways, Chelsea, what have you seen that you're excited about so far?
Well, I'm a diehard Supernatural fan. I've watched everything from the beginning. So they're now on to season 11. Woohoo! Go Sam and Dean. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. They're doing, I guess, their version of zombies, not zombies, is the feel that I got from the first episode. So I'm looking forward to see where it goes this season. They've got a pretty epic character that they've introduced. So how they develop it and what happens, and a pretty important character was killed off at the end of the last season, just in terms of like how the universe functions, how the world functions. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I've been a fan of the show, like I said, for years. I think Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki are two of the most watchable actors on TV. They have a great rapport together, which gives the characters of Sam and Dean real watchability. And the writers always do a good job of playing up that relationship. So I could watch the show until the cows come home, specifically for the rapport and banter that those two have with one another. So
Yeah, that's one we just haven't gotten into yet. We might have to. Is it on Netflix?
it is on Netflix,
Yeah, it is.
and
That one.
they release a season behind. So season 11 has just started, so they would have just released all of season 10. All I can say is watch from the beginning. It's well worth it. There's a few super gems of episodes as you go along the way. There's a great episode. I can never remember what season it's in, but it's called The French Mistake. It consistently rates as like one of the top favorite episodes of all time amongst fans. Basically, where they go through a portal to an alternate universe, which is our world, where they discover that they're themselves Jensen and Jared. Hilarity ensues. And from last season, season 10, I think 4 or 5 episodes in, they did a musical episode.
Of course.
Where
Was that a musical episode?
a group of high school students had come across the supernatural novels, which is something that exists in the supernatural universe and has been referenced in other episodes. And one super keen student decided she was going to adapt it into the school musical for that year. So that episode's hilarious, complete with songs. Yeah, it's all on Netflix. Watch it from the beginning. It's pretty great.
That'll have to go on my short list. My short list is pretty short right now.
Yeah, there's so many people who've been telling us that we should be watching that one. And I don't.
It's
That
good
happens
stuff.
that happens to us a lot. Like
Yeah, we miss things completely.
we totally
like
miss that.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
No clue until like
I
3
tried.
years ago. 3 years ago.
No, that was a few more years ago.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Anyways, but
Anyway.
we were late to that game, but
We're late to a lot of games in the TV world.
Well, like you were saying,
when we
it's so
catch up,
tough
we binge watch stuff.
We're binge
with
watching.
the plethora of television that exists. It's like I have so much stuff on my list right now that I just I don't know when I'm going to get, like, and not even super nerdy shows, but like more of the critically acclaimed shows. Like I have yet to finish Breaking Bad. Sons of Anarchy is on my list. I haven't watched any of that. I still need to finish the end of Mad Men. Yeah.
No, neither.
My list is gigantic, and I have no idea how I'm going to get to it all.
Yeah, I know.
Which I suppose is a horrible problem to have too much television.
No time to watch TV.
Damn.
Yeah. So before the season officially started, I guess there was a show that came out, Fear the Walking Dead, over the summer.
Yes.
Did you see any of that one?
I watched the first couple episodes, and I guess what I'm reading, the general reaction is that it got better.
Okay, yeah, we only watched the first few too. And
Yeah, we're kind of like
No, because I only watched the first couple because I found the pacing incredibly slow and hard to watch. I mean, speaking objectively about what they were trying to do in terms of the story, I think that may have been a deliberate choice, that because it's the beginning and nobody knows what's going on, it wouldn't have the same tension and pacing as the plot in the actual Walking Dead.
Yeah.
But I think it made it really hard to watch because
that and the characters, I don't know. I mean, maybe just because we only watched a few episodes so far that it was like, I don't really care about these characters yet. I don't care if they get eaten by zombies.
Yeah, and plus they were making some pretty stupid mistakes. Like
but
stupid decisions. I know, but it just
maybe that's the problem, is that we know the whole
I don't know.
like universe, and so it feels like we've been through all this already. We know what's coming.
Having knowledge of the regular Walking Dead made it harder for us to suspend our disbelief.
Yeah.
I saw a meme on Facebook today, and it said there was a picture of someone running away from zombies, and it says like when everybody else is running away from zombies, gamers are running towards. They've been waiting for this their whole life. It's sort of true. We've been prepping for that. We've been prepping for this day.
It was only 6 episodes, so at some point I think I'll go back and watch the rest of them just to see how it does end up.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say that I'm a bigger fan, and at this point have much more invested in the regular Walking Dead, which premiered on Sunday night.
Did it?
Yes.
Did we miss it?
Yeah, we haven't watched it yet.
Oh, how did we miss
All right, then I will stop
Yeah, missed
talking
it.
because I almost gave away spoilers, and I wouldn't want to spoil it for you guys.
I did not catch that one. Did we even PVR it?
You better have.
We got to
Well, we got
demand.
on demand anyways.
Anyways.
Yeah. So,
Because Americans don't care about Canadian Thanksgiving, it premiered on Sunday night.
mhm.
And yeah, I enjoyed it. It's back to its usual, high stakes, high tension. Nothing is ever as easy as you wish it could be, because that's not how the world works anymore.
No, none of my recordings saved.
Ooh.
Like none of my previous
No.
PVR settings saved. Hold on.
And I
need to
will
set my PVR
encourage you to be a pirate. Yar.
on demand, though.
Anyways, so while Trina's fixing the PVR from her phone, we had a chance to watch the Muppets. Now, have you seen the show?
No, I haven't. Again, that's another one on my list. How is it?
Okay.
I've heard it's shot in the style of like The Office, like
So it's like The
behind-the-scenes
Office,
documentary.
30 Rock.
It's like The Office. It's like an episode of 30 Rock shot in the style of The Office.
The Office? Sweet.
It's still like 30 Rock though. Like it's
Yeah, but they do the like on-camera interview typey thing.
yeah.
Like The Office did. Like it's like a documentary style, but it's the more 30 Rock humor.
Now I have some like fairly major gripes with the show. I love the Muppets. I love the Muppets. These are not the Muppets that I know and love.
Well, it's the adult version.
These are very world weary, worn, tired, and grumpy Muppets that are no fun. And Kermit he's got adult problems that I'm like, I don't know. The pacing is very slow. Usually when you're watching a Muppet show, the jokes are like bam, 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 bam.
Well, and
like,
they're so frenetic.
hit,
That's the
set
Muppet.
up, hit, right? This one is plodding along. Da, da, da. Everyone's so blah. And it's just like, I want to love this show because it's the Muppets. I want to love it. It kills me inside because I want to like the show because I can see the potential being there, like, but they're missing about 40, 50 jokes an episode. It's just like, it could be so much better.
Could be, yeah.
It could be so much better.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of them being grown up. And
It's nice having the adult theming,
Yeah.
but I wish it was
Specifically,
faster.
when they pitched it and the initial teasers and everything that came out, it's specifically like referenced in all of the teasers and ads and stuff that it was like the adult Muppets.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
No, it's not, because the Muppets are fast. They're witty. They're quick. They're quick with their responses. These are so slow. The pacing is brutal.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's slow.
I mean, it is the same. It's.
And then the voices are different, right? Like, 'cause, yeah, they're
Well, I mean, they're not.
they're old. Like, they're new people, right?
They're
So-
not all like they've been around for a while.
They've been around for a
but
bit.
they're not the original like Jim Henson
Yeah,
because
I
he
know.
died. But
Yeah.
the rest of them are all pretty.
They're close. They're all fairly close.
There are people that have been playing these characters for
Yeah.
like 10 years or so, right? Like,
Yeah. I want to love the show. I love the Muppets.
See how it develops?
I'm gonna keep watching begrudgingly because I love the Muppets and I want to love the show. I hold out hope. I hold out hope.
If you want something in the spirit of the original Muppets,
Just watch the original Muppets.
with cheesy jokes and uplifting humor and all the feels. I'm going to plug a cartoon right now.
Ooh,
So in the last little while, I have taken to watching more cartoons to get me
As
back in
everyone
touch
should.
with my inner child, and it has been great. And one of the cartoons that I was introduced to, which I'm so glad I was, because honestly, I watch it faithfully every week whenever a new one comes out. It's fantastic. I crave it. I wait for it. The show's called Steven Universe, and it was created by Rebecca Sugar. She was a writer on Adventure Time, and she has created this show, and sort of in cool, like, feminist news, it's the first, like, fully written and created by a woman show that exists on the Cartoon Network. So go Rebecca Sugar, she's awesome. But the episodes are like 10 minutes long at a time, and they're into their second season now. I think in total they've probably got up to about like 70 or 80 of these 10-minute episodes now. The stories are fantastic. The characters are amazing. The writing is adorable. There's a whole bunch of original songs written by Rebecca Sugar. Yeah, it's amazing.
Is it appropriate for children?
Yes. Probably sitting and watching with some of the parents, because some of the episodes have some of the, like, sad feels in them that may need some, like,
So I'm not turning it on.
parental guidance. But yeah, definitely kid friendly. Actually, Tim and I just did a little babysitting a little while ago for friends of ours that have a 4-year-old daughter, and we sat and we watched some Steven Universe with her. So it's fun for the whole family, but it's, as an adult, I love it. I think it's a fantastic show, and the story arc that develops is great. Yeah. A whole 3 of the 4 main characters are, I guess, in terms of if we're identifying in gender binaries, sort of identify as or can be seen as female characters, which is really cool, and they all kick butt. They're awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great show. It's a great show. Add it to your roster. Steven Universe, the episodes are 10 minutes. If you need a little pick-me-up, sit down and watch one.
Cool. So there's another brand new show that was out. Heroes, well, not really brand new. Sort of brand new.
The Heroes reboot.
Reborn.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see any of that yet?
No, I haven't. I'm hesitant
Be
to
hesitant.
watch it and invest any of my time in it based on how the last one, like,
Ended.
So here's my thing. Again, I want to love the show. I love the first season of Heroes so much. I love the first season of Heroes, and yes, Heroes tanked after that first season. This one is trying. It's holding out some mystery. You don't know why some things are happening.
There's a lot of new characters.
There's a lot of new.
There's
people.
a lot of people to keep track of, and you're like, who are they talking about? Who's that again?
Yeah,
it's a lot to follow.
And some of the reasoning behind some of the things that are happening are kind of odd and weird. I don't know what to think yet. And I want to love Heroes because I love Heroes. I love the concept of Heroes. They were great.
You know what I'm finding though? Like another show that's come back this year, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm finding the concept behind what they're doing with the Inhumans to be pretty much identical to what Heroes is doing.
Yeah.
So that I'm finding it hard to watch both shows together.
And especially when the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does it so much better.
Yeah. It's like the exact same concept. Like this concept's been done.
Well, that's the X-Men, right?
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is. But yes, the shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. have been like the show is so much better than Heroes, way better. And again, I want to love Heroes. I love some of the characters that were in Heroes, but I don't know if it's enough for me to
keep
going.
I'll watch till the bitter end because I like to watch things to the bitter end.
Yeah, we're kind of suckers that way.
Yeah.
I mean, we watched Heroes all the way through.
We were bitter enders on that one.
Yeah, we're like, we are gonna watch this thing, even if it like bores us to death.
You're invested now. I just want to see how it ends.
Yeah, so we'll keep watching it.
I think another problem with it is that they waited so long before bringing it back. Because there's a lot where I'm going, like they're referencing characters from the original show, and I'm going, I don't remember what their power was. I don't remember their story arc. I have no clue who they're talking about anymore because it's been so long since I watched it.
Yeah.
That like either they need to go into more detail, more like catch you ups, or they should have brought it up 5 years ago.
Yeah. See, okay. So here's the biggest problem I have, and again, going back to what Trina was saying, it's a lot to do with the characters that they're referencing, right? So if you are one of those people, like there's a few people I'm sure are out there that are watching this show who have not watched Heroes prior.
Yeah.
They are going to have no idea who or what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah, like the Primatech paper company.
Yeah, Primatech.
Yeah.
They don't know what Primatech is.
Watch the show before, you wouldn't know what Primatech was.
Yeah.
And
or who Hero was, or what his
Noah
powers was, or who Noah Bennett was. They're not going to have any kind of reference to any of this material. And so if you're a newcomer to the show, you're going to be lost immediately.
If you want to watch Heroes Reborn, go back and watch the first season of Heroes and then stop. Don't watch the rest of it. You'll be horribly disappointed like the rest of us. But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not loving it yet. I'm kind of hoping that it goes somewhere better, but I don't know. It's not doing it for me.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
But it is what it is. I mean, so we talked a little bit of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We talked a little bit about Muppets. We talked about Supernatural. But we haven't talked about the two
Trina's
CW
favorite
shows.
My favorite.
Trina's favorite
shows.
I don't really care for the Flash.
Trina doesn't care for the Flash, but she
Arrow all the way. Team Amel.
She's really into Amel, and I have to hold her back if Stephen Amell is in the vicinity of her, which he was at the Calgary Expo, wasn't he?
Keep her from licking the TV screen when you're watching.
I have to, it's like a little dog in heat here. It's terrible.
Creamy.
He's true.
Crushes. What is it? Do we get a 5 free?
5 free.
Like on Friends?
Yeah.
Oh, the celebrity crush.
You're not gonna spend them all on one. Yeah.
What's his name again?
Zachary Levi.
Zachary Levi. He'd be another one. Anyways, that's
who's
another
also
show.
on Heroes Reborn.
Yeah. That was kind of cool, but
well, you'll never know. You might like his character eventually.
But Arrow. So has the news premiered? Is it coming up? Has it already started?
One episode was out. The premiere was out. I would just like to say that I think they rushed too far into getting back to the team. I think so. Do you mind if I spoiler a little bit?
I don't mind.
Okay. So what happened is
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert! Oliver and Felicity have this like dreamy life in suburbia, and they're just going about their happy life. And then like 5 minutes into it, we go back and we see that stuff is happening in Starling City and Star City. And then Laurel and Thea come back and they're like, you guys have to come back and save the city. And then they go back and it's like, okay, I think it happened too soon. I think they could have played out Oliver and Felicity in suburbia longer because that would have been funny. Like there were a few little jokes about it, but they could have drawn it out for at least another episode and then show the other ones really struggling without him.
I also think that him and what he did to the team was pretty bad at the end of the last season.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that they should have been more
Upset
about it.
Yeah, like I think they should have played on them trying to do it themselves for a few episodes at least.
And it getting so bad that despite how horrible the thing he did to them was, they have no choice but to ask for his help.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And
I mean, they tried to go for that in one episode.
I think it was just too fast.
But
you need a longer, you need more time to get that arc fully developed.
Yeah. So.
Now, and then at the end of the episode, like the last minute, they jump ahead 6 months, and there's a shot of Oliver standing at a grave, and we don't know whose gravesite it is. And he looks pretty upset. No, we don't. Steve Carell doesn't know whose gravesite it is.
I don't. Now you're getting into really spoiler territory. So I mean, we should just leave it right now.
There's a whole bunch of
there's a lot of stuff going
around
on.
The internet.
There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's
so
one of those shows where it's just like I'm very excited about watching the show, and what it's doing is it's setting up so much more, which is great. But again, it feels like they try to rush it. They rushed it. They rushed into the first episode. But again,
I get that they want the action.
Yeah, but
they could have shown it without him.
Yeah,
you know,
just
done
from
two different plot lines.
From an analysis standpoint, from the outside, it seems like using that bookend convention of like getting back into it and then closing with the reveal of the gravestone. Using that bookend convention, they did it on purpose to get to that reveal, to set up that, okay, this is going to be the major arc for the season, is the reveal of how we get to this bookend right now.
Yeah,
I still think they could have done that. Regardless,
a couple episodes in.
They could have done it. They could have done it a couple episodes in.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
But also, it would have been much more impactful had he waited, and you showed that, and you'd be like, oh, "Did he wait too long?" That would be the other thing, right? So I mean, there's things that could happen that you would be.
So yeah,
that would get you more enticed into the episode. Yeah. But otherwise, it's a pretty strong start.
Yeah,
there was lots of it. New bad guy. Very crazy.
And they're stepping into a bit of a different territory with this new bad guy too.
Yeah,
because he's not.
He's not the
powers.
typical. Yeah, he's got
powers.
See, normally they have guys that are like, drug induced, or they've got some guys that are human. They don't usually play around with the metas too much.
And he didn't. But Oliver said he wasn't a meta. He was something else.
But he is not a meta.
He's like
he's
spiritual or something.
Yeah. So I mean, you're getting into a whole different territory, which is it's supernatural. So I mean, really, we're getting into a territory,
crossover maybe,
a territory that's not very well worn in even the comic books, TV shows yet. Doctor Strange will probably be the closest to that, but we don't have a Doctor Strange movie yet. So Constantine. Constantine was the other one that would deal with that kind of stuff.
Kind of an off-topic question. Do you feel that the TV is becoming oversaturated by superhero shows?
We did this topic once before.
We did some movies. Do you think TV as well?
TV, that's the whole.
Is it the same?
Yeah, I would say we talked about like the whole. I think that we are getting to the point where we're oversaturation. But I still love it.
Well, and I mean, the audience is the biggest indicator, right? So long as there continues to be an audience for it, whether we are oversaturated or not becomes a moot point. If there's people out there watching it, it'll continue to get made, right?
Well, and here's the thing, like with the invention of the internet and or Netflix. I was listening to a podcast just recently, and they were talking about how Netflix can pinpoint exactly when people get hooked into an episode or into a series. So when you're binge watching something, typically it'll take you 2-3 episodes. You'll be like, okay, I'll watch one episode, and then you wait a little bit, and then you watch another episode, and then you wait a bit, and then now they can say, after episode 4 of Daredevil, guess what? They really were into it. And then they started watching over and over, and they started to try to keep up. So they are getting to the point where they can say, people really like this certain thing about this episode, and so we're going to make more of that.
These are by this episode you need to hit this plot point. By this episode you need to hit this plot point and or type of style or action to get them hooked by this plot point at this episode.
Yeah, so they're now going to be able to create TV or programming where we are more susceptible to be watching it. Or they have more information on us to make it more appealing for us to watch TV. Before, people would leave their TV on, and the metric would pick it up saying, well, they're watching this show, but they're not even in the same room.
Yeah, but that's not actually how ratings in Canada work. Did you know that? Do you know how ratings in Canada work? They send out a random questionnaire to people, to a percentage of the population, and they say, on this day at this time, what show do you watch? This or this.
Yeah, so
that's how ratings in Canada are.
We're not like the
Nielsen box.
The Nielsen box doesn't even work in here, like in Canada. So people
not apply.
It doesn't apply, and so the metrics and the data that they can gather from what we're watching is very skewed. And now with Netflix and with all these other streaming companies, they can actually see what we're watching, how we're watching
more accurate data,
how we're consuming the content that they're giving us, and on a much larger scale.
Yeah,
like that we haven't seen before. Now, on top of that, we should probably just continue on with what we're actually talking about for tonight.
So now, Arrow and then The Flash also premiered.
We also got to wrap this up.
Nah, we're not even close. So The Flash also premiered. The Flash, how did you feel about The Flash?
I liked The Flash. It was quick.
I'm sorry.
Like a Flash.
Like what The Flash should be.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It's a fun series. I find that his reluctance to work with people was great. There's a lot of stuff that was happening in that show that was just like, yes, that feels natural to the characters. It feels there's just some things that just seemed a little off. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go into too much about the episode itself, but there was a few things where like, I don't know why you're making that kind of a decision. If you watch the episode, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not spoiling it.
Can I talk about the one thing that pissed me off a bit?
Do it.
Okay, so Barry's dad gets let out of prison. He gets cleared. And then he decides to go away.
This is it. That's what I'm talking
about. He doesn't give an excuse as to why. He just doesn't want to be in Barry's way. If you've been in prison for 20 some odd years, would you not want to stick around and spend some time with your child?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
And the excuse he gave him was not very good.
It was lame.
Well, that makes me think...
It's CW excusing, right?
No, well, that makes me think that it might be explained away later that there might have been something to do with that actor not being available.
Could, yeah.
But in terms of plot and storyline, just based on the characters and the plot and stuff like that, it'll be explained away at some later point, having to do with some kind of threat.
Maybe.
Which makes sense and fits with other reveals, right? Like certain characters who we thought were gone, not being gone.
There better be an excuse or better be a reason that is beyond what he's actually giving us right now. Because right now at this point, I'm like,
stupid.
F you.
Yeah.
Like that is like the most bullshit thing I've ever seen on TV. And the CW has some really poor excuses for reasons why people do stupid things in their show to create drama. This is one of those top-notch moments where it's just like, oh, you are so
Yeah.
much the CW.
Pretty much.
See, I feel your pain. I watched through all of Smallville,
Yeah.
and I feel like they did that very often in
Yeah.
Smallville, and it was kind of like, oh,
I cannot be with you. Why? Because I don't love you anymore. Why don't you love me anymore?
I just
don't. It's like, shut up.
So moving along, CW is putting out another show sometime in the near future called what? Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow. Yes.
Which looks interesting.
Have you seen any of the previews, trailers, anything like that?
no, I have not. Tell me all about it, Dan.
Basically all it is the Black Canary is coming back as the White Canary.
It's pretty much everybody they killed off on Arrow is coming back alive on Legends of Tomorrow.
Essentially, but they didn't kill
So
off. They didn't kill
spin-off,
off Adam.
spin-off series S. Yes.
No,
What happened to him?
he just not
It's
there.
weird. Oh, pretty much all the characters they wrote off the other shows are coming back together in another show
Yeah,
that's
he's
set
not-
in the third Coastal City.
Yeah, he's in. Yeah, there's the Tri Cities, right?
Star City.
Star City,
Central.
Central City, and
Yeah.
Coast City. So it's the trifecta.
So it's the third of the city, and there will be crossovers between all three shows, which makes me think, do they really need to do that another show? But apparently the writing style is going to be a bit different. It's going to have a bit of different feel, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm not holding my breath on that one, but we'll see.
All right.
Another new show that's going to be out soon. Can you guess?
For me,
Sure.
I'm looking forward to. I have two more shows. I'll just do this real quick because they're both female shows, and they're Supergirl and Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones is on Netflix. Supergirl is on CBS, and they look amazing. Both of them. I don't know anything about Jessica Jones, but I'm still gonna watch it because it's the Daredevil kind of crossover kind of thing. So I love Daredevil. It was an awesome show on Netflix, and Jessica Jones,
Which will be coming back for its second season as well.
yes, also it's coming out,
very soon.
and
Man,
I
there's
will
a lot
be
of shows.
and I'll be binge watching all of it. So
Do you know? I kind of love crossovers.
Yeah.
I like it when series.
we're getting
do
so much of that
crossovers.
right
There's a
now,
lot of that happening.
Yeah.
There's
and plus all the Marvel universe is all tied together. So even Shield and Daredevil, they're all in the same universe.
but they're not made by the same companies. So they're not. gonna
It doesn't
cross.
matter. Oh yes, they can. They can.
Think they will?
Marvel has tie-ins to all of it, so it's all done by Marvel. But they're
It's
using
a
different
possibility.
formats to.
The logistics of making it happen across all of the different entertainment companies that are producing them would be tricky.
Yeah.
But it is a possibility because, yes,
It is not.
technically they're all under the Marvel umbrella.
They have the same pool of actors that they can pull out of because it's Marvel. Because it's done by Marvel Studios. That's the other thing.
Sure.
Anyway,
But what was the new show that you were going to
I was going to
mention?
say Supergirl.
Supergirl? Yeah.
okay, Supergirl.
Supergirl.
That's all
Looks
I have.
interesting. Yeah. What do you have?
That's all I have. Well,
I have-
there's
I have
other ones
another
like
one.
Minority Report, which we kind of missed out on that one, I think. But I kind of want to see it because it's Minority Report, and I like the
Really
movie.
care. I haven't
Um,
seen the movie.
Limitless. also
Limitless,
looks
yeah.
awesome. That one also came out already.
I've been watching Once Upon a Time, which I have a love-hate relationship for. There are story arcs that I just absolutely hate. I'm like, okay, get over this so I can get good again. But right now, it's pretty good.
That's one that I watched fairly regularly for the first 3 or 4 seasons and then completely fell off of watching. would be interested in going back to.
So far, this season's good. They have they're in Camelot, so
Cool.
that's kind of fun. They've got King Arthur and the Excalibur and everything. So that whole plot line is kind of fun. And yeah, I'm liking it. I was not expecting to like it this season because of the way they were headed, but so far, I am liking it. So without giving any more detail, because you're a few few episodes behind. But yeah,
Tons of television and more just keeps coming. If you've been listening and watching along and have suggestions of things you think we should be watching or telling people about, please get a hold of us. Let us know. Dan, where can people get a hold of us? Find us on the interwebs.
what's it
Wow.
done?
Way to go, Chelsea. That was beautiful.
I am the master of the segue.
Yes, you are doing so good. I give you 50 points for that one.
Yes.
More than my 10 points that I got for the early one, which mine was not that great. Anyways, but you guys can find us all over the web, like Facebook. You can find us on Facebook. Come and like us there, with the blue thumb thing. You should just and just like us on Facebook. You guys can also find us on Twitter, where I tweet semi-regularly, somewhat.
Sometimes.
But if you guys tweet at me, I will 90% respond to that because I like to talk to people on Twitter. So tweet at me. Tell me what your favorite show that you're watching right now. And what else?
Bones.
Bones. Trina loves Bones.
So it's Sam's
Sorry.
fault. Over the summer, we had a chat about liking crime shows, and she was like, "Have you seen Bones?" I'm like, "No, you have to watch Bones." I was like, "Okay." So I binge watched 10 seasons on Netflix in like 2 months.
It was like
It's very good.
ridiculously fast at how fast you got through that.
I know, it's all I did. Oh,
10 seasons and it was like 3 weeks, and I'm like, I don't even know how you did that.
6 weeks.
That's impressive.
It was
Yeah.
it was very impressive.
Well
trust me.
done, you.
I was like,
It's very good.
You're
and
done?
the
Like-
so season 10, because we're on season 11 now. Season 10 came out 2 days before season 11. I was a day behind with the premiere, so I did a whole season in like 2 days.
it's ridiculous.
It's a good show though. If you haven't seen it yet.
Now she's stuck watching just like everybody else.
Yeah. Now I gotta wait a week.
And
Yeah, that's the only thing about catching up to a show that's in progress than having to wait to watch it. That's what happened when I finally caught up with Supernatural, because I binged watched the first major arc that they had happened over the first 5 seasons. So there were smaller arcs that happened over each of the seasons, all leading up to this massive major arc, which was the end of the 5th season. Because, fun story, originally the creator and writer of the show only saw it as existing for 5 seasons and had this whole sort of epic. And actually, to this day, again, one of my favorite episodes is the season 5 finale. It's a great episode. It's beautifully written. The way it ends that arc is just like, yeah, it's fantastic. But the show had become so popular and the characters had become so popular that they were like, well, I guess we're making season 6. But I had binge watched up until that. And so when I got into season 6, that's up until now, I've had to watch 1 week at a time and wait. So if you're tuning in now, you have the backlog 10 seasons to get through. But that's always the bummer with shows when you catch up and have to wait week by week. Yeah, that's hard.
The other thing that sucks is when there's shows on like Super Channel that you don't get and you don't want to pay for yet. There's a show that I found. We had HBO and the whole package when we got we buy it for Game of Thrones every year. And then we unsubscribe because it's expensive. So there was a show I found on demand called The Affair. It just won a bunch of Golden Globes apparently, but amazing show. And it just came back. And there's all this stuff about it all over the internet. And I'm like, I want to watch it, but I don't want to pay the $20 a month yet. So I have to wait until Game of Thrones comes on. So we can buy the HBO package again and I can just watch it on demand again. But it sucks because I want to watch it now like everybody else.
All the waiting.
Anyways.
You'll be okay. Anyways,
Distract yourself with all the other good TV we just talked about in the meantime.
It's true.
that's right. There's so much going on. But anyways, like I was saying earlier,
Sorry. How else can you find us?
You guys can find us
YouTube.
on YouTube, which is our primary home on the web. We have so many videos that we've put out the last little while, mostly due to the expo, but that is over now, and so we got to find new content.
If you have new content.
Yeah, that's it. Contact us. Let us know. We've just told you where you can find us. Our own website.
Yes.
And on the Pulp Press.
You can also find us on northernNerdNetwork@gmail.com. That's where you can email us, I guess. Email us there.
Yeah.
Also, you guys can find us on northernnerd.com, and there you guys can find a form that you can fill out and send it to us, and we will receive that and respond to you as well. And please send us suggestions on topics for shows, on
events
sorts
to
of
come
things.
out to, things to cover, people to talk to, nerdy things we should know about.
Exactly. There's
Geeky
so
events
many things that
happening.
you guys can talk to us about.
Community.
So yeah, send your suggestions. We love them all. And it's
The
always
best part of doing all of this is talking to you guys and making those connections, finding other nerds like us. That's the best part.
That's the best.
For sure.
And that is pretty much it. What is our next podcast? Do you know?
Something.
Is it?
Our next podcast will be on the 26th of October. And it will be our Halloween horror movie special.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I'm out on that one. The only horror movie I've ever watched is Scream.
I do not watch horror movies at all, so it should be
It's
an
up to you, Chelsea.
interesting
So,
topic.
If we have any horror movie buffs in the audience that would like to appear on the show as a guest,
Contact us. Let us know if
Let's
horror
know.
is
If
your
you want to be
thing.
on the Northern Nerd Network, Nerdcast, talk to me, and I will probably bring you on because we need to talk to you, especially if you really love horror movies. So if you love horror movies, let me know. I will bring you on. And then you can be awesome like us.
Woohoo!
especially if you have awesome segues,
Yes, if you have awesome segments, let me know.
and if you do it while standing on a Segway.
$1,000,000 points.
That's 1,000,000 points, yeah.
Bad dad joke.
Well, that is it for this week. I want to thank everybody out there for watching this edition of the Nerdcast. And I'll see you guys on the next one.